Hi, welcome to our channel. Today, we are going to explore a small coin that tells a big story, the 2017 Malaysia 20 sen coin. It may look simple, but every mark and design on it carries a piece of history and culture that connects millions of people across Malaysia. Let us begin with the first thing we see on the front side of this coin. There is a beautiful flower design, and it is not just any flower. This is the hibiscus known in Malaysia as bunga raya. The hibiscus is the national flower of Malaysia. Its 5 petals stand for the 5 principles of the Rukun Negara, which are the foundation of unity and harmony in the country. These values are belief in God, loyalty to king and country, upholding the constitution, rule of law, and good behavior and morality. The flower symbolizes life, courage, and growth. Next to the flower, we see the number 20 showing the value of the coin, which is 20 sen. The sen is a subunit of the Malaysian ringgit, and 1 ringgit equals 100 sen. The word Bank Negara Malaysia appears around the edge. This means the Central Bank of Malaysia, which is the authority that issues and controls the country's currency. Above the design, we can see the year 2017. This is the year the coin was minted. Malaysia began producing this coin as part of its third series of sen coins, which started in 2012. This third series introduced new designs made with lighter and more durable materials. The 20 sen coin from this series is made mostly of nickel brass. It has a golden color that makes it stand out among the other coins. Now let us turn the coin over. On the reverse side of the 20 sen coin, we can see a traditional Malaysian pattern inspired by the beautiful weaving art called songket. The songket pattern represents the richness of Malaysian culture and the skill of its craftsmen. Each woven thread in the fabric tells a story of heritage and unity. The coin designer wanted to celebrate that tradition by bringing it onto a piece of modern currency that every citizen can hold in their hand. The size and weight of the coin are also interesting to note. It weighs around 5.65 grams and has a diameter of 20 millimeters. Although it feels small in your palm, it represents value that moves through millions of hands every day in markets, in schools, and in shops across the nation. Every coin has a journey. Think about where this coin might have traveled. It could have been used to buy breakfast from a street vendor or to pay a toll on a highway. Maybe it was saved by a child learning about money for the first time. Each transaction gives this small piece of metal a new memory. When we look at the condition of a coin like this one from 2017, we can learn a lot about its life. The shine may have faded, but that is what makes it more real. A worn coin means it has been useful and valuable to many people. Collectors often look for coins that are in mint condition, meaning they have never been used, but sometimes the ones with scratches and marks tell a deeper story of everyday life. For coin collectors or numismatists, the Malaysian 20 sen coin holds both historical and artistic interest. Although it is not a rare coin, it represents the modernization of Malaysia's currency system. The shift from earlier heavier designs to the lighter nickel brass alloy was an important step toward efficiency and durability. The design was created by the Bank Negara Malaysia team to highlight local identity in global currency standards. If we go back a bit in time, we can see how Malaysian coins evolved. The first sen coins were issued in 1967 after the country gained independence. Over the decades, the designs changed to reflect Malaysia's progress and culture. The first series was simple, showing mostly text and numbers. The second series added more local art. The third series, to which our 20 sen coin belongs, became a true symbol of Malaysia's national pride, blending traditional art with modern technology. Now let us imagine we could zoom into the small details. The edge of the coin has tiny ridges known as reading. These ridges help prevent counterfeiting and make it easier to identify by touch. They also add grip when you hold the coin. The surface pattern of the hibiscus and the songket are carefully crafted using modern minting technology that ensures accuracy and uniformity across millions of pieces. Coins like this 20 sen are made at the Royal Mint of Malaysia. The minting process begins with raw metal blanks, which are cut, pressed, and polished. Then a die with the design is pressed onto each blank with great force, creating the raised images and numbers we see. Quality control ensures that each coin meets the standards before it goes into circulation. Though the value of the 20 sen coin is small, its symbolic worth is much greater. It stands for the economy of Malaysia and the everyday exchanges that keep the country moving. It also reminds us of the artistry and culture embedded in the objects we often overlook. Many collectors around the world keep coins like this one as part of their global collections. It represents Southeast Asia's beautiful blend of nature and tradition. The hibiscus and songket design make it one of the most distinctive small denomination coins in the region. Now let us talk about care and preservation. If you have a coin like this one from 2017 and want to keep it in good condition, store it in a dry place away from moisture. Avoid cleaning it with harsh chemicals because that can damage its surface. A soft cloth is enough if you want to remove dust. The natural tone that comes with age adds character and authenticity. In the future, Malaysian coins may again change as new technologies appear. Digital money is rising fast, but coins like this 20 sen will always have historical and sentimental value. They connect generations and remind us how trade communication and national pride evolved. When you hold this 20 sen coin in your hand, you are holding a piece of art, a piece of economy, and a piece of national spirit. It might have been minted years ago, but its story continues as long as people use and remember it. So next time you see a small coin, do not think of it as just change in your pocket. Think of the design, the culture, the effort, and the meaning that went into creating it. The 20 sen coin is not just metal, it is Malaysia in miniature form. Now we look at the backside of a coin that carries the heart of Malaysian culture, the 2017 20 sen coin. This coin may seem ordinary at first, but the backside is filled with meaning, history, and beauty. When we turn the coin to its backside, we see a design that catches the light in an elegant pattern. This is not just decoration. It is a reflection of Malaysia's traditional textile art known as songket. Songket is a woven fabric rich in gold and silver threads shining like tiny rays of sunlight. It is a symbol of pride, identity, and craftsmanship that goes back hundreds of years. The backside of this coin celebrates that ancient art in the modern world. Every line, every curve, and every shape on the coin's backside tells a story. The pattern of songket represents unity and diversity. Just like threads in the fabric, different cultures and communities in Malaysia are woven together to create one strong and colorful nation. The designer of this coin chose songket as a message of harmony and national identity. If you look closely at the texture, you can feel the raised lines that form the pattern. These details are carefully engraved using advanced minting machines. Each coin pressed with precise force captures the fine art of traditional weaving in metal form. This design honors the hands of the weavers who for generations kept the culture alive. The backside also shows the value of the coin 20 sen written boldly and clearly. The large number 20 stands proudly at the center, reminding everyone of its worth. Below the number is the word sen written in capital letters. Together, they represent the denomination used in everyday trade across Malaysia. From markets to schools, from small stalls to supermarkets, this little coin keeps the economy flowing smoothly. Behind that simple number is a story of value and progress. The 20 sen coin connects the old traditions of Malaysian artistry with the modern need for convenience and durability. The material used for this series is a blend of metals known as nickel brass. It gives the coin its golden tone and makes it lighter than older coins. The bright color highlights the intricate details of the songket design. As we hold the coin and observe the backside, we can imagine the process behind it. First, a plain circular blank of metal is cut to size. Then it goes through cleaning, polishing, and heating. Finally, the powerful minting press stamps the design with precision. Each stroke of the pattern becomes a permanent feature that will survive years of circulation. Backside is more than just an image. It is a piece of art that represents Malaysia's cultural soul. The songket motif stands for beauty, patience, and craftsmanship. Weaving songket requires attention and discipline. The weaver sits for hours passing threads of gold or silver through colored silk. The result is a shimmering fabric often worn during celebrations and royal events. By placing this design on the coin, Malaysia pays tribute to those artisans and preserves their heritage for future generations. Coins are not only used for trade, they are also a nation's silent storytellers. The backside of the 20 sen coin tells us who the Malaysians are and what they value. It shows that even in the modern world, tradition still matters. Every time someone spends this coin, they carry a reminder of national pride in their palm. Now let us imagine how many hands this coin has passed through. Perhaps it was used to buy a drink on a hot day. Maybe it helped pay a bus fare or was given to a child as pocket money. Wherever it has been, the design on its backside remains the same, still shining, still reminding everyone of the beauty of Malaysian heritage. When light hits the coin, you can see the songket pattern shimmer softly. It almost looks alive, like the woven threads themselves. This visual effect was carefully planned by the designer so the coin would reflect both light and meaning. The raised texture helps people feel the pattern even if they do not see it clearly. This tactile design brings art into daily life. Many people might not stop to notice the backside of a coin, but if we slow down and truly observe, we realize it holds deep significance. It tells us that beauty can exist in the simplest of things. The 20 sen coin's backside proves that everyday objects can carry the essence of culture and creativity. The songket design also represents unity through balance. Each line and shape flows naturally into the next without confusion or chaos. This balance mirrors the Malaysian spirit of living together in peace despite differences of language, faith, and background. The backside of this coin quietly spreads that message of unity wherever it travels. The coin is small, but it is part of something bigger. Every piece of currency, whether paper or metal, plays a role in connecting people across the nation. When millions of 20-cent coins move from hand to hand, they create an invisible thread of exchange linking the rich and the poor, the young and the old, the urban and the rural. The backside, with its sonket design, becomes a bridge between art and economy. Collectors who study this coin admire the detail of its backside. Though not rare, it is an excellent example of how modern minting can preserve ancient artistry. For a collector, each mark, each shine, and even each tiny scratch tells a story. Over time, the backside may lose some of its luster, but its meaning will never fade. Now let us explore what sonket truly represents. In the Malay language, the word sonket means to embroider with gold. Traditionally, the art was practiced by skilled women who created clothing for royal families. The process required patience, precision, and a sense of beauty. The metallic threads would be hand-woven into silk, creating patterns inspired by nature such as flowers, leaves, and stars. These designs expressed wealth, honor, and identity. By engraving a sonket motif on the coin, the Bank Negara Malaysia turned that soft fabric art into solid metal memory. Even though the backside of this coin is small, it carries the spirit of the nation's artistry. Each coin in circulation is like a traveling artwork. When someone receives it, they are unknowingly carrying a small piece of Malaysian tradition in their pocket. Imagine standing in a market in Kuala Lumpur or Penang or Johor. You hand over a 20-cent coin to buy something small, maybe a sweet or a cup of tea. The seller glances at the coin, and the pattern flashes for a brief moment before it disappears into the till. That flash is the legacy of the weavers and designers who gave the coin its soul. This backside design also reminds us that culture should never be forgotten, even as technology changes our world. While digital payments grow and cashless systems expand, coins like this one keep our connection to the past alive. The 20-cent coin is a teacher quietly showing that value is not only in money, but in meaning. Over the years, the coin may become worn. The lines may fade a little, but the story remains. Just like tradition, which survives through generations despite change, the pattern on the backside stays strong. It teaches us to honor our roots while moving forward. If we close our eyes and imagine the sound of coins clinking together, we can almost hear the rhythm of trade and the hum of daily life. Each sound is part of the nation's heartbeat. The backside of the coin becomes the face of that rhythm, a pattern that echoes in every transaction, every exchange, and every act of giving and receiving. So next time you find a 20-cent coin, take a moment to flip it and study the backside. Look at the pattern, feel its texture, and remember the artistry it represents. You will realize that behind every coin lies the soul of a nation. The 2017 Malaysian 20-cent coin backside is not just metal. It is a tribute to heritage, a reminder of identity, and a symbol of harmony. It connects the art of the past with the progress of the present. It speaks without words through the power of design. So thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed learning about the story behind the backside of the 20-cent coin, please subscribe and share this video with others who love history and culture. Remember, every coin has a story, and every story brings us closer to the heart of humanity. Thank you for watching and subscribe our channel.